And I didn't put that up again. Oops. It's fine.
Greetings, mortals, and welcome back to Orissa.
So we're doing an extremely late stream today. You know, it's 6:40 p.m. You know, it's a normal time for people to stream, right? And we are... This is so quiet. Supposed to be this quiet? Whatever. When last we left off, we had just finished annexing Madre, and we are now ready to state up all these provinces and get ourselves in better shape. So this will help us with our power capacity relative to our vassals. That might actually bring these under 50%, which would be very useful. These guys, I think, already have a mission. Yes, they do. And we have kind of a weird setup here. The Iberians have been colonizing in in Western Africa for some reason, and they have not actually done anything much over here. Looks like nobody colonized Bermuda, and the British have moved into the Caribbean. So the Portuguese are starting to colonize in North America, but yeah, nobody seems to have done anything over in the obvious places. So we should have a reasonably easy time in this run. We have Orissi Particularists, they're at 80%, but they are on the way out. So we have a couple of major things to get done today. So the first thing is that we need to take back all of Bengal's cores from Arakan. They're allied with Ayutthaya. Is there anything else that I need to start up? Yes, I need to start annexing you, I think. It costs 2 per month. So in the time before... I think it is worth it to do that now. I have to get to rank 10 admin tech before I can start working on other things. In 4 years I'll be able to take this. And we have about 2,000 admin tech before I'll be able to really start spending a lot of Diplo. And we have a little bit more admin than Diplo coming in, but not by a lot. Okay, so we are probably going to be set. You know what? Should I? No, that's a bad idea. This might actually be worth it to do. I guess it's not, because I have to actually manually core that. So integrating Golconda is probably just sensible. We don't need him as a vassal right now, so we are going to just start this up, and that will be fine. We shouldn't lose any more. Yeah, that looks terrible. I need to actually put up my thing. I'll be right back once I am. Oh, that looks much better. And my wife brought out tea at the same time, which is so convenient. So, one moment while I drink a little bit of that. I didn't burn my tongue at all. Okay. It's interesting. It tastes kind of like cinnamon. It's like a cinnamon Christmas cookie of some sort. Okay. So what do I want to do? I think that over here, my vassals can actually handle everything on their own. So what we're going to be doing is we are going to be now declaring war in 2 different regions at the same time. That's going to be our general trend from now on, in fact, is that we're going to be always at war on multiple flanks. We now have a little bit of thinger. Do we want to... Yes, we're going to pump our stability because I do not want these particulars to cause problems for me. And these guys are at 60%, so do I actually want to wait a little bit? Naval tradition is not super important to me, so I'm actually going to move these guys here and move these guys in there as well. These are the fleets that I got from Madre, and we can merge these together, and they will now, hopefully, they are purging the Orissi particulars completely. This, though, is still a slight problem. I'm not going to pump my stability again. So what are the 2 provinces that are causing that problem? So it looks like coring that stuff did not actually do the thing that I wanted it to do. So this guy's already improving relations over here. That should cool off over time, and we can just do our thing. Consolidate a little bit more power over here. Okay. It looks like we have gotten rid of all of the problems here. So we are actually going to wait 2 months, and then we're going to get 16 of these guys and put them on these ships. And then send them back over to the other thing. Or maybe I'll wait until January. There's no meaningful distinction between those 2 things. I'll wait one extra month just because it's a nice round number and will make my life easier. So Jaunpur is getting its butt kicked. Arakan is still at war, and they're allied with Ayutthaya. Ayutthaya will help them. Is Ayutthaya currently at war? Oh, and I need to declare this war soon. That's good to know as well. I don't actually need to wait on the declaration of this war, so we are going to do Reconquest for Shakla. Actually, we do need to set all of our focus to aggressive focus. And because I think... Actually, you know what I'll do? I'm going to see if this works. Will it work? They will not attach to friendly armies if I do this. So what if I set... Kilwa is irrelevant. What if I set Bengal as normal, set Garjat to supportive, and Golconda to normal. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping that what will happen is that Bengal will send an army out, and then Garjat will help them. You know, I'm actually just going to set them all to normal. I want them to basically just fight this war without me, and we'll see if we can actually get that done. It's now December. How are we doing? 40% of each. Should have plenty of time here. So this is probably to trigger some problems, but it's fine. So we're going to transport all of our troops over here and get some prestige. We don't actually have to worry about aggressiveness. Native aggressiveness is not really a component for us. And there we go, we get another 10 prestige for free. And these guys are doing their business. So you are... Who are you again? Arakan. Arakan has 17,000 troops. Okay, and they are allied with someone else who has a quantity of troops. They're allied with Ayutthaya. What I'm curious about is I actually don't know whose navy is more powerful right now. My guess is that they have the more powerful navy in the region and that I have the more powerful navy overall. So I think I'm going to bring my Carracks to bear against somebody. I think I'm going to drop these troops off. 17,000 here should be actually an okay number for a while. This lasts for 10 years. I'm going to be doing naval technology within the next 10 years. Yeah, in 3 years I'll be doing it, so that's a really nice boost. So, you guys are going to pop in here. We're going to declare on Sofala. We are not going to set any co-belligerents, and we're just going to piece everyone else out while breaking all of their truces. Or sorry, all of their... breaking all of their... So, let's go to Atlantic South America. So we've now got these troops here. We have our Carracks here. We have the Sofala fleet here, waiting to be obliterated. Do we have a leader? Do we want to recruit an admiral? I don't think I need an admiral to take them out, honestly. I should actually bring this person. I'm actually going to cancel this mission. So we're going to cancel this mission for now, and we are actually going to put our explorer in charge here because they do have a couple of Carracks, and I'm concerned, especially because I haven't upgraded all of my ships yet. And so we have a bunch of conquests. The conquest is 100% overlap with Reconquest. So we're going to take all of these provinces from them. Malindi and Sakalava both have weak armies that I can deal with. I don't want to declare war and get everybody as a co-belligerent because I'll end up at war with like everyone in this whole region, and that's honestly just a lot of troops. So instead, we're going to just declare war to take Sofala is a fort, and that's fine. We'll take Sofala. We're not setting any co-belligerent, and now we are ready. So these guys are going to pop in here. They should probably have a leader. Do we want to recruit? No, we don't need. This is Savannah. We should be fine. And over here, we can declare, once the month has passed, on our enemies over here. So, 13 days. So I need to stay there. Okay, so these guys are toasted. Alright, so we've got this done. We are going to send this army over here. Split this army, maybe. This navy, do I want to split it? I don't think so, not yet. Alright, do I want to declare on Arakan now? My concern about declaring on Arakan now, they are truced out, and I don't have my fleet over here yet, so I think I'm going to basically beat this fleet first. Once I've beaten the fleet, then I will do the other thing. So here's a question. Are you ready to peace out? No. Would you peace out if I split this in half and send... No. If I just sent 8 of these over here to chill, I think that might actually do it, because then they'll be blockaded. Yes, and I have 25% war score, which means I can have them annul their treaty with Mutapa. The Mutapa treaty is important. We want to get rid of that. The others, not as important. We don't have to worry about it as much. We could do both, probably, but there's no reason to spend the extra time on that. So we're piecing them out. And it turns out that navies are super useful when dealing with these minor nations like this. Okay, we're going to move these guys over here for now, just to deal with the siege tick. So, Malindi is going to be easy to piece out as well, probably. Do I want... I can't really move these guys out of here yet. So we're just going to wait for a second. It's still 15-15. We're not at risk of losing our core over here in Arakan. I don't think you'll lose the core if you are at war. You might, though. That would be a problem. Okay. I did not realize that I was not doing the thing. So let's take a look here. Yeah, these separatists are at 2. These guys are at basically 0. Close enough for government work. Probably not in Singapore, but close enough for government work here. Alright, so these guys are just gonna chill. And disease outbreak. I guess I don't need this whole army here, do I? Except I kind of do, because I don't know... Do I have access here? I do not. So since I don't have military access there, I can actually send a portion of my troops over here. I guess there's the issue of them jumping on this army as well. So we're actually just going to chill for now. It's fine. We're losing a little bit to attrition, and by a little bit I mean we're losing more than I'd like to. But... do I actually... Because this place is pretty much completely isolated, I'm wondering if I actually just want to consolidate these together, leave these guys and like 3 infantry and just keep moving. I think I'm going to do that, actually. This is a better strategy. So we are going to leave 1 army here, or rather leave a couple of guys there. We now have a substantially weakened force. Glad that I left before that disease outbreak hit, though. Do we want to... Yes. We're going to come grab our troops. Because getting the siege quickly is not as important as to the war effort as getting myself in good position. So we're actually just going to get into the middle here, and then we're just going to dive into this. So I'm just going to consolidate. Do I have military access? I do not. So as long as I continue to not have military access there, the AI is not going to be dropping in on me unexpectedly. So I need to have somebody adjacent to defend them, but I don't need to have like a huge presence. I can invest in a new idea. We're going to grab this, and now we have colonial expansion. We can fabricate claims on basically anyone we please, because basically everything that we would ever want is in a colonial, or is in a trade region or a colonial region. And let's see. We have free policy available. Cha-ching. And we can now change this to native trading policy. We now have a 0% thinger in addition to the other stuff. So we've won the Siege of Sofala, and we can easily wipe this. So we're going to send these guys up to Malindi, I guess. Actually, we're going to just send them here. We're going to consolidate with this army first. So it looks to me like this is going to go pretty smoothly. I'm going to blockade Malindi. And we are going to, I guess, sit on their capital. I don't actually have any reason to fight their army here, or their navy rather. These guys need to move. And you guys should just come up here. It looks to me like all these folks are not going to cause too much of a problem for me. Unfortunately, I can't just leave this army with one troop here because they'll just walk in on me eventually. So there's the Malindi army. We still have not actually encountered this army. They're rank 8, they are rank 8 still. Oh, I forgot to actually declare on Arakan. Are we ready to declare on Arakan? Let's do it. I'm going to declare this war, and it should be fine. We should have enough troops here, I think, to handle it all. I'm going to do this as the war goal. We have Aithaya joining in. And it should be fine. So we've taken control of this. And how close are we to being able to peace out with you? Not terribly close. They're like one fight away, basically. If we manage to weaken their army, we'd be able to accomplish it. So let's take a look here. Garjat is set as do your own thing. So hopefully they all do their thing in a way that is good for me. This is bad. I wasn't paying enough attention. This army is going to be in trouble. I need to send my whole army up here. I was thinking that they were going to just not, like, get involved here. Do we want to dive with our army? I don't really feel like we do. This is coastline. We don't have much of a defensive benefit here. So I feel like we're just going to continue forward once... Oh, God, they rolled a 9 in shock. Oh, God. We might actually get stack wiped here. We're going to get stack wiped. God damn it. That 9 shock is very bad for us. Okay, so mistakes were made. This is why you need to be a little bit careful when you are doing this kind of shit. Because their entire army is, in fact, large enough to cause problems for individual components of my army. And you can see that coming a mile away. It's not like that was me being really taken by surprise It's not like they were jumping out of the fog at me. That was just me being dumb. Okay, we've got... How are you doing? These guys are basically just chilling in this area. And these guys are getting attacked. You know what? We're going to have to get our army involved over here. I don't know how this is going to go. It depends on how badly these guys get beaten. Basically, if low enough numbers are rolled... Oh, nope. They just ran away. They ran away early, which means that there was never an opportunity. Okay, we just finished a colony here. Send a colonist to the next location. Okay, wiped their fleet there. Okay, we cannot currently peace out Malindi. If I take this off the list, it's still a no. Well, if we take control of the Malindi capital, I don't think they have any troops north of me right now. So since I don't think they have any troops to my north, I should be in okay shape here to send you guys down here to wait. What tech can I get? Okay, we do not want to get that yet. Okay, we're at 48% war score now. That escalated very quickly. Ooh, Guess we have to improve that situation, which means we're gonna lose money. Okay, we got a wall breach over here. Looks to me like things are actually going pretty well. Our vassals are doing their job. Or more accurately, my vassals are doing my job. They're doing my job for me. We've got a pretty sizable amount of war score here. Let's see. We might be able to peace out Malindi. If we can peace out Malindi, that would be great. We're probably just going to peace out Malindi. This is at 21% already, so this is at negative 35. As long as they don't like completely siege back their own provinces in the process, we should be in good shape. It's going to cost a ton to get any of these cores back. And we don't need to do it right now anyway, so... It does look like we're losing control of a lot of these provinces now. But that's okay. We're at 51% war score now. We can actually take... We're not able to take all this in one go yet. Kill one separatists. Perfect. So they just spawned some separatists. We're not going to be able to get those separatists to enforce their demands, and that's fine. But we should be able to piece out these guys first. We have 47% war score now, and we should be able to get them to break their alliance with Wileta or with Marehan. Let's go with Marehan. We do not want them to have an alliance with Marehan right now. So we pieced them out. Coincidentally, that also means that we don't have to deal with those rebels. Those rebels can be dealt with by the people who own them. And in 30 days, we can piece out Sofala. We have sufficient war score for that, certainly. Did these guys lose a fight? Yes, they did. What do we want to do here? Is this a forge? No. Okay. What we're going to do, since I'm having some difficulties paying attention, Golconda has war access through here, which means that we actually have to bring our army over. So and this is gonna tick. Okay, we are free to do this now. We can take control of all of these. And that is all good. So we're going to peace out here. The problem is that I can't then give all this to Kilwa yet. I have to wait. It's only 23 overextension. It's fine. Wait, what? Okay. Wait. Did I just lose stuff? I'm confused. Okay then. So I think I just accidentally wasted some of my thingamabobber, but that's fine. This army is attached, so since this army is attached, we're just going to pop them down here. We should hypothetically be able to beat these guys. They have a rank 8 military. You have... Euthia also has rank 8, so we are still dealing with weak armies fighting against each other. This is... They have unlinked. They have not unlinked. Do we want to do this? I think we do. We're going to set... You're linkable, and we're going to set everybody to just support, because it turns out you just can't trust them. So it looks like they are going to retreat away, and we can put our proper leader in charge now, because he's no longer needed elsewhere. And we are going to just charge around. So you need to stop. You need to stop. So my goal right now is basically to catch the Ayuthayan army. And I might be able to. But I have a suspicion I will not. So we're going to go here. They don't seem to be leaving yet, which is weird. Do I want to dive this army right this second? They have the numerical advantage and will be attacking into them. So no, I don't. I think we're just going to take control of this capital here. And if they want to come to my territory, that's fine. I'm actually going to set you as sinkable as well. Is everybody set to Thinger? Yes. Okay, so Kilwa has High Liberty Desire, but that's going to go away as soon as I give them some of these provinces. I'm actually surprised that they have such High Liberty Desire. So these guys are going to Dhaka. We need to get over here. Okay, it looks like they're coming after me. I can't merge these for some reason. Okay, so these guys are going to go here. Nope. 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 Don't attach. Let them attach. Nope. Attach. Attach to me. Attach, you fools. Okay, don't attach. Fine. Let's see if I care. Where are you guys going? You guys are going north. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to have this army, or this fleet rather, do their thing. We've got 17,000 troops here. I'm going to pull them over to where we need them to be. And we still lack cores. We have liberal uprising of particularists. We do not want this to spawn. Do we want to do this right now? Yes. It's not perfect, but it's better than nothing. You guys are going to get in the boats, and we're going to send the boats back home. So now we have a situation where Ayutthaya has their army completely separated from the rest. So we are going to not allow you to be attached to these guys because we want to dive this army here. We're actually going to dive, yes, this army here. Are they going to get out? Yes, they are. Are they going to get out of here now that they're locked in? That, I don't think so. So they have 17,000 troops. They now have a rank 9 army. That's hypothetically going to be a problem for me. They have a numerical disadvantage here, but they have a military tactics advantage, which probably will make up for it. And they've started retreating out. Okay, so we fought the fight against the Ayutthayan army, which is the most important element of this. And we're now going to dive over here to take out the Arakan army. So we caught them, and we should be able to wipe them. They are a rank 8 military, and we are hopefully going to be set here. Okay, they are retreating west for some reason. So we are going to send you here, this army, and this army. This army is going to go here, and this army is going to follow, because we should be able to wipe them if we can catch up to wherever they're going. And we haven't lost too many of our own troops. It's mostly fast troops, which is great because they reinforce a lot faster. Well, it's not that they reinforce individually faster, it's more so that the combination of all of them together reinforces faster than I do on my own. Alright, so we have these guys. How do I want to deal with this? 0.9 years. Do I have something I can do to deal with that problem? So how many separatists is that right now? That is 27,000. And they are basically at 100%. So we need to prevent them from ticking once. Anything I can do? The only thing I can think of is I could do this. It doesn't quite get me there. I guess I could look at the individual provinces. So, who is it? Wait, is it all people in this area? So if I do this, this province here is a significant amount of unrest for some reason. So, huh. I'm actually going to take out a loan that I'm going to use to pay off a loan. What's the probability that this ticks over before I have a chance to do anything about it? Reasonably high. So what we're going to do for now is, first of all, actually, I need to do this before I forget. We're going to remove the edicts from here unless we have something better to do. We could protect trade. I'm not going to, though. Not for right now. We're just going to set no edict for now. This is actually set to local trade power. This is set to nothing. This is set to development cost. And down here we had something. Here we go. Get rid of this. I could set this to institution spread, but I'm not that concerned. I only need a little bit more to accomplish this. Actually, I say that, but I shouldn't have stated this stuff, because now that I've stated that stuff, it's gonna thrash the total amount that I've got. Oh well. So you guys are going to just be doing unrest in East Bengal, and that will reduce the total number that spawn, potentially, if any spawn at all. I can tick the war exhaustion. If I tick the war exhaustion, then I just have the Kalingandra. And honestly, I think that it's worth it. We're just going to do this. And we have a donkey, which is where? So we're down to 13,000. 13,000 is a trivial number of particularists, so it's all fine. Looks like they're retreating up to some other random location for some reason. So we're just going to pull these guys up to here. And what is the total amount that we want to take? We are trying to... This is 56 war scores worth of provinces. Okay, so this is what? This is mountains. So Anglican is now enabled. And did we tick this over? No. I mean, it doesn't matter. We've got other stuff to wait on as well. So we've taken control of this province. We can send one dude to here. And then we can actually send another dude down here if we want. I don't want to, though, because this army doesn't have sufficient troops for me to feel comfortable doing that. At some point, these guys are going to get the next tier of military. And I'm a dope who isn't actually doing what I should be. I should be popping down here and... Oh. Okay, stand corrected. I need to come back because these guys just left. And then they came back as soon as I started sending my fleet over here for some reason. They just like to troll me. So our 22% war score. Our innovativeness is decreasing, presumably because my military tech is behind. And that's fine. We'll recover from that eventually. Once we've ticked this down, we will hopefully get a couple more ships for... Oh, hello. Where did all that money come from? I don't remember having that much money. I'm reasonably sure I didn't have that much money a little bit ago. This is grasslands, so not the best place to try and hold off their push if they decide to push. Ah, Bengal has a rank now in 9 military now, so... Is this the Bengal? No, it's Golconda. Golconda has rank 8 still. So the Vaishyas will go up to some quantity. And let's see. Always use more help managing our administration. And Brahmins can be bribed. And we're all set. Oh, 1 second. I'm like smelling what smells like microwave popcorn, and I'm like, what's going on? It's like, oh, we've got something burning. Okay, so unfortunately, I did not notice that that had increased, which is a little bit of trouble. We now have 34% war score. And unfortunately, we still have not taken control of this fort. So we do have the fort in Satgaon, which prevents them from causing problems. I don't think they can come to Sunderbans. They might be able to, though. If they can, that'll be trouble, so... There we go. So we just won the siege. And we can send this... and call it a day. We'll get 15 aggressive expansion. And is there anything else that we need to do here? I don't think so. Not really. We're all set. So we're taking control of all this, or rather Bengal is. And let's take a look here. Bengal is now at 64%. That's a problem. So we are going to have to get them under control. Let's see. My Diplo reputation is causing a bit of a problem. And we can get this army together to fight off the particularists. That's actually going to cause serious problems for me. These particularists are an issue. Especially because they're going to be going into Banger territory. So mission has been fulfilled to siege the coast. We're going to do that. And we've dominated the trade in Bengal. And that's all good. So now what do we do? Ah, right. Bengal is in part causing problems because we're behind in military tech. I think we're also behind in Diplotech, which is giving us another 5%. So, on the plus side, we'll be annexing Golconda soon, and then we can start working on Bengal. The disloyal bastards. Okay. So, the other thing we're going to do is, because this is totally a great plan, is we're going to go ahead and grant Makwa. This gives them 2% less Liberty Desire. Give them Angoch. And Sofala. Okay, that is in fact decreasing their Liberty Desire, which is good. It's increasing Liberty Desire for my vassals as a whole, but it also gets a little bit of the problem dealt with. So, Kilwa still has some more cores for me to take back, so I don't want to annex them yet. We have 32 prestige. Definitely do not want these particularists to win. The problem is, fighting them is going to be really expensive. Okay, so you guys are going to be set like this. And if you guys are set this way, can I get places like Golconda to... Oh, nope, that's not optimal, but... That's fine. We're going to lose a little bit of troops here. Supply limit is 9? Jesus Christ. Alright, so never mind. We're not going to lose a little bit. We're going to lose a shit ton, but... Oh, no, the supply limit is 33. Why did it say the supply limit was 9? They just got a wall breach? Ugh. Oof. And I don't have a decent general. We have... Liberty Desire that seems to be ticking upward rather than downward, which is never optimal. And the ability to accept religious sects, which doesn't make any sense to me. And it looks like Garjat is not going to help me. So we're just going to send these guys over here because we really don't have much choice. And we are going to get flanked here. They have a front line of 23,000, but we do have a back line that's useful. Unfortunately, this is going to really throttle up the Liberty Desire of everybody by a shit ton. And now we have serious problems to deal with. So, before we do anything else, let's take a look here. One thing that I can do, this is probably going to be very valuable, is we are going to build a barracks in Kutak. This is going to give me 2,000 extra. We're going to build one in this place as well. These are the two provinces that I was pumping, and so they have ludicrously high development. And so that will help my maximum manpower. Maximum manpower is a component. No, you can't do this. Sorry. just no. So we're going to get these guys to one of my provinces so that they are doing their business properly. And we have nothing but disloyal vassals now, I think. I'm sure it'll all go fine. Nope. Golconda and Garjat are no longer disloyal. We're fine. So they have already calmed down, and we should be in okay shape. Once we've got Golconda annexed, we should be in an okay position. We still have the ability to do reconquest on a marina. We are making money. You guys don't need to bring any new troops over here. I don't think. But Marina, do you have an ally? They're allied with Mutapa. So, I guess I maybe should have gotten that alliance broken first, but oh well. Let's see. So, Bengal's going to lose some of their troops in fighting off the peasants. And that should be helpful. We do not currently have this done. And we're not going to do that yet. I think what we're going to do right now, we have 2 claims on these guys that will last. This is permanent. This is like another 20 years. Do I want to keep making claims on them, or do I want to start claiming on Candy? I'm going to start making claims on Candy. Because I can get those claims going very well. We do have a thing, right? We have royal ties. We do not have a royal marriage with Bengal, and that's why they're so high. Well, I guess that's not the entire reason. It can't possibly be the entire reason. But declaring that war over here when the enemies were about to get rank 9 and I was not was a mistake. So hopefully when this stuff finishes, we'll have an easier time managing our vassals. Truce with Kilwa's over. So the key here is, ooh, Ming has me set as a rival, don't they? If Ming decides to support the independence of one of these nations, that's going to be a problem. There's no way on earth that I'm going to be able to fight Ming. I mean, maybe I could, actually. Jaunpur has internal conflicts. These guys are not even fighting their rebels, so... How are we doing here? We've got... Oh, we have an explorer ready, because I forgot to actually send him off to do his thing. Boop. Let's go. Go, go, go. So Atlantic, South America Sea. Sounds appropriate. Okay, these guys. Let's just recall you. Send to here. I'm going to finish up the African coast. I'm not in a rush for the Americas right now because there's certain regions that are going to be troublesome. Namely North America, if Portugal is building quickly over there. But for the most part, the situation in the Americas seems pretty chill. And interestingly enough, we have enough to get this done now. So we just have to take out some loans. We'd need 3 loans right now. So we're not going to do it yet because... Ooh, but we're getting close to the point we're going to have to, actually. Very close to the point where we need to do that. Want to build a Jain temple? Let's do it. Give that bonus base tax. So... How much will this cost if I get it at the minus 10%? Oh, actually, do I have anything that I immediately need to do? Do I have a truce with you still? I have a truce with you for 3 years. So E-Marina is the only thing that exists over here now. So Imarina is allied with Mutapa. Mutapa has a decent-sized military. We do have some provincial unrest over here. These guys are not bothering to deal with their rebels, and honestly, that's fine by me if they want to increase their own autonomy. That doesn't hurt me at all. Kilwa just entered a military alliance with Bengal. I'm going to placate local rulers here. And I'm going to hopefully, because I don't like that at all. So we don't have a diplomat to send over here yet. We're going to stop relations improvement. And if we can get this royal marriage going, we should be fine. If we have a royal marriage over here, they'll go back to being loyal, and we'll be all set. Well, they're already back to being loyal, but they will be more permanently loyal. There we go. So, they have an alliance with Bengal still, which is not optimal by any stretch of the imagination. Bengal is doing its thing. How much would it take for me to get them to the point of loyal? It would take quite a bit. Okay, we just have a new place itself there. Send this person over. Okay. And we can either put this in the treasury or gain some prestige. We're going to go ahead and donate to the poor. That'll give us some prestige, which we can use for good effect. Let's see here. How long before our expires? 4 more years. Do I want to accept? Yes, I do. This is just a great idea. So we're going to accept this. Do we want to accept Bengali? No, because Bengali is actually the same group as us, so we're going to accept it automatically. Tamil, we are never going to get automatically, I don't think. I don't think that forming Bharat makes it so that every single one of these, that would be a ridiculously large amount of just automatic cultures. I think it just counts your own group and then gives you bonuses to your ability to get the others accepted. So, we have 3 royal vassals, and then we have Bengal. And we have... There are things going here. Did we finish those things? Yes, we did. So, tax modifier plus 40%. That increases the monthly income by 0.46. Holy crap. This place is going to need a thinger. You guys are doing rebel suppression. So, Golconda is slowly being annexed. It's going to take a very long time before we finish that. And I shouldn't have actually spent that money now that I think about it, because I'm going to need to take out some loans. Do I want to do it now? Yeah, I might as well. This colony's become self-sustaining. And we can go ahead and go over here and set everything to be part of a trade company. Go over here, everything part of a trade company. Okay, so we've now gotten everything south of this point, which is good. I still don't see any Castilian presence over in the Americas, which is very strange. And It's all good. We're gonna just keep on keeping on. I don't have any colonists to send. Oh, right. I don't have any colonists to send because I already switched to that. They're on their way already. Okay. So, next thing on the agenda is getting our situation cleared up here. Sunda has a civil war. Do we want to take out some loans? We already have such a ridiculous amount of inflation. Do we have the ability to get an inflation person? Because that's what I really need. I have a lot of time that's going to go before I really have the ability to drop my inflation. I guess I could do it now. This is increasing cost of everything by 8%. That's fine. Salad in the top. We still have a truce for another couple of years here. Okay, so other thing to do is go down here. We have the ability to set this. This gives them a pretty considerable amount of stuff. What is the unrest here? Minus 13%? Okay then. Unrest here is minus 8%. I'm not going to do that. Minus 8%, not going to do that. Minus 13%. Dropping that on here. Okay, so... Nope, we can enact a government reform. And this is... interesting. We'll get 5% discipline with this action. The Rajputs get monthly loyalty plus 5%, as well as an increase to their influence if I do this. This gives us advisor cost reduction. This gives us a free administrative policy. And it increases the Brahmin's power. Morale speed. I'm honestly tempted to pump the Rajputs. I think the time has come that I need to take out this loan first. So we can... This gives us a free admin policy, which is kind of cool. But that's not going to come into play for a very long time. The advisor costs is very convenient. Oh, this gives me the Vaishyas and the Rajputs plus 10%, which is kind of interesting. The issue right now is that the Vaishyas are already quite strong. Let's see. We have... I'm kind of tempted to do that, but I like meritocratic recruitment. I think I'm going to do this. And we're going to do it right now, even though it's dangerous to do it right now. Just need to not do any events that increase their influence. Alright, so speaking of influence, this gives the Vaishyas 93%, and we have... Oh, we have the ability to investigate corruption. So if I patronize the Jain families, I can now do investigate corruption, which means that I can actually debase my currency and then immediately investigate corruption that gives them another 10% control, and that gives me basically free money. So as long as the Janes have enough stuff, I have free money available to me. So that's useful. It doesn't even give me any inflation or anything. So what we can do now is take out a loan and take out another loan and do this. So this reduces my power costs, and it reduces it to the point where I can immediately get courthouse and I can get Diplotech. And this gives me a pretty huge chunk to my stuff. And how are we doing here? We have 10 years before we're going to be able to do that. So good luck with that. So we'll have the next rank of military tech within a couple of months, question mark. Within a year, we'll have that. Nice. Native assimilation through the early portion here. It looks like Jaunpur is just exploding right now, which is convenient for us. And let's see, do we have any claims that we want to make in northern India? I can't make any claims on these guys, I guess. Oh, I can. I can claim on anybody that I want, whenever I want now. So I guess I can make a claim here. I'm pretty sure that I need this province for the formation of Bharat. Yes, I do. So I'm going to get a claim here. I'm going to get a claim on Surat. Do I want to keep... No, I don't need to keep working claims down south. We're going to get a claim on Surat. And we're just going to start accumulating what is necessary to form Bharat. I didn't really form Bharat, Bharat? I don't know how to pronounce that. Particularly early in my previous playthrough. And I'm going to try to form it hopefully by the year 1600 on this playthrough. So we're currently sitting over here. It looks like Castile has finally moved into the Caribbean. And that's very useful for them, I'm sure. So we've got mostly complete control of that trade region. I guess I kind of need to take control of Coromandel, huh? I guess I kind of need to take control of all of this shit, so I think we might want... Okay, so Southeast Pacific Seas, explorable. I'm gonna go with Pacific South America coast. Let's see what's going on over there. I haven't been going as aggressively into the Americas this time. Last time I was much more aggressive over there. This time I'm being kind of chill. I also haven't really gone too aggressively over here in Africa either. I should have taken these provinces by now, probably. But that's fine. We are currently sitting on a pretty huge amount of income. That's a lot. Holy shit. Let's see. What do we want to do now? So... we can build this over here. This gives us 0.2 per month. You at war now? Oh. The Bamanis are at war. They're at war with Vinod and Cochin. Ah, the Koti conquest of Vinod. Interesting. So... Rebels. How are we doing in terms of our overall power level? We're not super huge yet. How are we doing here? I'm actually just going to explore all the sea areas that I can, just one by one. Baglana. How are we doing? Okay, we can get professional officers now. The question is, how does that influence this situation? It has not ticked yet. Offensive morale or defensive fire? Defensive fire is not nearly as important right now because the fire phase still hasn't reached critical mass. Okay, the Jaunpur's instability is over. I guess we have to do something. I think we should be fine here. I don't think that this will actually make us take out a loan, because we should have more income. So our monthly, yeah, we won't take out a loan from that. And everybody's liberty desire is very low except Bengal, because Bengal is just Bengal. And let's see. We actually have sufficient prestige that we could bring them under control. I think we're going to. So we're bringing Bengal back under control. We're going to get a royal marriage offer sent to them next month once this ticks. And then we can... what? This isn't considered overseas. Okay, well, never mind then. I guess I can't just get whatever I want. Ooh, that's nice. Diplo rep +1. Yahoo. That's not great. We're going to take out a loan. Yay, loans. And let's see. Bengal, how's it going? You're loyal now. Congratulations. Let's get the royal marriage going. And do I want to start annexing Bengal? Bengal is sitting at 40%. We are now in a position where we are waiting on admin tech again. So doubling up on our integrations makes a degree of sense because we're trying to get more stuff going there. And do we want to start annexing you? It's only going to go at like 2 per month. Right now we have +5, so we have 8 years to go. Yeah, we should definitely start annexing Bengal. We need to have 2 annexations going at the same time in order to make up for the amount that we are getting right now. So we cannot fabricate a claim. Oh, right, because we have so many. There's no way on earth that we would ever do that. So we now have the Bamanis. We can declare war on them if we want. They're currently involved in a war down here. We have a rank 9 military. They have a rank 8 military. I think it might be a good idea to dive. Coat and Candy both have modern militaries. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take this fleet, which is protecting trade, as they're supposed to. And we are going to take this fleet. We're not going to be doing any more expansion in Africa for a little bit. And because I need to bring a sizable army over. So we're going to move these guys here. You guys are actually going to pop down south. How much do we have to worry about here? This is Kilwa. We have quite a lot of rebels that Kilwa has to deal with. Oh, nice. And the goal here is basically for us to get our fleet to this province and wipe out their navy, if possible. You guys are going to the North Atlantic. It looks like they peaced out. It's not great. They peace out completely? Yes. Okay, so that war is over. I'm going to move these guys over here. Okay, our peace treaty with Imarina just ended. So the question is, am I going... Oh, they went on the boats. Okay, so that's fine. So, am I going to declare war on the Bamanis and try to expand my territory out? If I do, I'm going to have to use a bunch of admin power. How is my vassal situation right now? My vassal situation is actually fine. So I could just keep expanding via my my vassal over here. So I could just basically take you, you're allied with Mutapa. Mutapa I don't have any cores for, right? Correct. So I would just declare war on Imarina, and we're going to be looking to annex them completely, which means this is going to be a pretty sizable war. But Mutapa does not have a fleet. So my army organizer's down. Ooh, national manpower modifier. Okay, let's do it. National manpower modifier, I don't usually have a huge fondness for, but right now, manpower is one of the primary contributors to keeping these people under control. So, we have Imarina here. We have 5 cores to take, and we have perfectly suitable army to deal with both enemy armies because they're completely separated from each other, so we don't need to send more troops over here. We should be fine. We're going to reconquest for Ansel whatever and get things moving. And how are we doing in terms of military? They are sitting at rank 8 still, so... The basic goal here is to, I guess, end this as quickly as possible. Once we've taken out their whole army... we should be in pretty good shape. These guys take forever to go where they're going. So hopefully they can get to here quickly enough to cut them off. And it looks like that is the case, yes. Oh, we don't have enough cavalry. I'm gonna do it. Or we don't have enough infantry, rather. Move these guys in. That was Delamate. I wasn't paying enough attention. Oh my god, we are getting our asses kicked. Why are we getting our asses kicked this badly? Too many cavalry. Too many cavalry. Oh my god. Never have too many cavalry, friends. It will not end well for you. Jesus. That's way more troops than we should have there. We outnumbered them so heavily. Okay. So, we're all set. We lost way more troops there than we had any right to. That was just really dumb of us. Okay, we have sufficient cannons here that what we're going to do is we're going to just switch this off and move everyone accept these. Okay. Splitting off a couple of infantry at a time, you will eventually start running out of non-infantry. Or start running out of infantry. So the Columbian Exchange has happened for them. Okay. So once we have finished consolidating power over here, which won't take too long, we should be in good shape. These guys here. Why did I bring all of my barks here? Did I really think that I needed every single bark available? Because that's a little ridiculous. Okay. Just a little ridiculous. I don't know why I thought I was going to be fighting a major navy over here. Okay, so colonies are in good shape. We are colonizing very quickly now. So I should probably start sending people over to the Caribbean. I don't know why the Spaniards are taking so long to actually start doing anything. I'm not complaining exactly, I just am confused. Glad that I moved these guys. These are pretty but no fun. Alright, so now I have a couple options here. The first option is to just use return core to take. Oh, is this not a core? This is also a core. Okay. So if I do this and then I swap control this to Kilwa, that is going to cause them to join a coalition against me, but I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, the way that this works is a little weird if I do it that way. So we're just going to give all of this over to Kilwa for now. Okay, these guys are going to pop on. And we are going to pop out here and start taking control back, I guess. Okay, these guys are making a token effort to escape, but they're trying to escape straight into Savannah that is also adjacent to me, so we're just going to drop in on them. We might even arrive first. Nope. Oh, hello. Rising support amongst... Cool. So what rank is your military? You have a rank 8 military. I'm not sure what I want to do here. I don't really want to fight their army. It's a complete waste of manpower for me to actually fight them. Luanda has become self-sustaining. Yahoo. Still have 3 colonies out, so don't need to change anything. You guys can split. But I really should be doing a better job of getting maps before I do this shit. So you guys are in danger. Well, more accurately, these guys over here are in danger. Let's go ahead and just move these ships to a position where I can just pick these guys up. Oh, these guys are not going to attack me, it looks like. So we're just going to move these guys to here. And then pop to their capital. Okay, and now that we've done this, we can move these troops over to here, I guess, and just walk over. So we now have 8 income. I can repay all of my loans. And we are currently sitting on a very, very sizable positive income. Hopefully these guys don't end up getting in a fight. I don't think they will. Hello. I can demand admin support again. I just need to actually get the Brahmins to have enough stuff. Do I want to give them anything? If I give this to the Brahmins, I'll get them to 24.7. That's not quite enough. If I give this to the Brahmins, that gets them to 24.7 as well. This gives them 25%. Let's go for it. So that gets them up to 25%. That allows me to demand 50 if I want. Is it worth it to demand 50? So I need to get them 15% somehow. That's 13 years. That's like way, way too long to wait. Do I want to just give a bunch of random crappy provinces to the Brahmins? I think I'm actually going to. This gives them 31%. Them 39.6%. I'd rather give them like a crappier province. It's going to give them less. It looks like their influence is increasing to the same quantity, no matter which one of these they give them, even though they're different values. So, Brahmins currently control this. Having to give quite a lot of territory to Brahmins just to get them to 40%. It's kind of sad. There we go. But once you get them up to 40%, you have the ability to do stuff like recruit minister. Change personal deity gets me a little bit higher, but it's not going to get me up to what I need. I'm just going to do this. That's plenty for now. You can also see how big of an impact it has on my income. I guess it's probably not a huge amount of impact, but we are sitting at a still considerable amount. Is there a fort here somewhere? Oh, interesting. So it looks like there is a fort in this province. That's my guess. So these guys are not going to let me do what I want to do, I think. I think I'm going to have to peace out early, because otherwise I'm going to have to deal with this army. I'm not going to piece them out manually, so... This is 42% war score, but it's not actually going to happen. So let's do this instead. Never mind. Let's do this instead. And this will turn these guys into a one province minor and give me a truce with them that I don't have to worry about too much. And we'll be all set. This is a 1-2-1 province. Alright, let's do it. And I could have pieced out a lot earlier than this if I had just done that, rather than fighting Mutapa this whole time. And let's see, Malindi we do not have a truce with, so we can declare war on them. Who are you allied with? Sofala and someone. Is Sofala going to... Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's the Mutapa army. So, these guys are not going to be able to go through there, I don't think. So how are we doing over here? We have 2 armies? Why are these armies split? I do not know exactly what's happening here. It's fine. So, our income is steadily rising. Our vassals are under control for now, and we are expanding in Africa. So, once we've taken complete control of Zanzibar, we can use Zanzibar to collect trade. That will happen eventually. How is our current situation here? Kilwa is at 44%. Do we have a royal marriage with you? We do have a royal marriage with you. So... that is so fast. Okay. Let's do this. Cape of Good Hope is already doing its thing. We have 71% of the control on the Cape of Good Hope. And we are going to be consolidating our power to get control of the rest of the trade there. My goal right now is to hopefully take complete control of this region. We won't be able to take a couple of provinces away from the Spaniards and I guess the Iberians would be the best way to describe them. But that's okay. So we have Waleta, which appears to be a one province minor. Are you a one province minor? Waleta has 6,000 troops. They are almost certainly just a one province minor. You have a rank 8 military. You have a rank 8 military. We're going to declare the Reconquest War on Malindi. Take all of these cores back. Is that going to be something that will work out well for me? Or is that going to cause another catastrophe over here? I'm sure it'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong? We can pick up the scythe now. And we're about to hit modern theocracy. So once we've got enough to get modern theocracy, we'll be in really good shape. So that's recall you. Send someone here, and we're going to send someone here, actually. Here. Send them to... no, we're going to send them here because this is a much better province. And then we can continue on. We only have 4 provinces left to colonize here. So I think we're going to finish up this section. We need these 2 and then a couple more here. And that will be sufficient to get us completely set up. So we're going to declare war, and we're going to take over whatever core we decide to take over. Zanzibar is this, right? Do we want to take Zanzibar as our... No, we're going to take Lindi as the war goal. We're going to wipe this army here. They are a rank 8 military, and we are rank 9. So have fun with that. And we have less morale than them. Why do we have less morale than them? Let me take a look quickly at my army quality. And I am... More enemies. Safala has 4.07. Holy crap. So it's from military drill and relentless drill. Interesting. They have a huge amount of morale. Okay, well, good to know. We're going to set 2 here. Set 2 to here. And then once we get this dealt with, are you guys gonna go back home? No, but close enough. So we've wiped their army, and we're now going to be sieging down all their provinces. By doing that, we are going to be effectively guaranteeing that they peace out immediately. We don't need to take anything from them. We're just going to do a white peace. And anything else that we need to do right now? I don't think so. Can we already get the white peace? Because we're also blockading them. We actually don't even need a white peace because we have all this war score. So what do we want to do? We can have them end their alliance or revoke a core, I guess. I guess we can have them revoke however many cores we can get them to revoke. We can have them revoke all of their cores. Okay, cool. Let's do that. So they're going to revoke all their cores. And now we have the Malindi army here, which is actually a reasonably sized army. Let's take a look at the army quality of Malindi versus us. We have a sizable advantage in army quality against Malindi. So the fact that we have even numbers should mean that we have a sizable advantage. We actually have slightly more than they do, but like 1,000 more troops. This is coastline. We have a 1-1 general here. They're not locked in yet. We're going to wait for them to lock in. Once they've locked in, we will jump on them. Are we going to arrive on... We're going to arrive on the 30th of January. I'm going to wait a couple days. There we go. We're now going to arrive on the 5th of January, which means that we're going to have a chance for us to kick our troops back up, and we will get most of those men recovered before we jump in. So now we have the full strength armies going in. Oh, yay, 0 versus 9. That's what I like to see. That was sarcastic, by the way. I got the 0. We've got 5,000 men that we just lost, so that's not great, but you know, and that's even worse. So Kilwa is now rebellious again, because of course they are. Kilwa's whole thing is being rebellious all the time for no damn reason. They don't even have a reason to dislike me. It's kind of funny, actually. It's like, I have raised you from the dead. Why do you hate me so much? Let's see. Rajputs. I'm actually more interested in the army professionalism, to be honest. So. Oh wow, we've been making an income even though we're over our limit. That's kind of cool. Do we want to placate local rulers here? Just to get it done. Why are you so... Opinion of Orissa. So the relative power of all vassals is the same. Trust is 4.8. Trust is 20% here. So Bengal trusts me less than they do. My Diplo rep shouldn't be a difference between them. They're all the same. I guess they have 91 development. They have 129. Royal marriage. Oh, it's placated ruler. I've placated these guys so many times. Holy shit. Okay. That's fine. Kind of. It's kind of fine. It indicates that we are going to need to placate people just to keep control of them for the foreseeable future, which is not okay, really. Like, let's be honest, that's not okay. But it's fine. So these guys, I think, are just going to chill here. I'll have some attrition to deal with. Hello, friend. Okay, so these guys are running off to there, which means I need to get my army closer. We're going to take out a new loan. I actually should have checked if I could do a loan with Jane's. Yep, I could have done a Jane loan. Whoops. Oh. Nice. So, all my peeps are nice and loyal for now. The operative word is for now. And we've got 32% war score against them, just from all of these blockades. We don't need all these armies here now, because we now know where their main army is, their main force. We do need to leave a few troops here, though. So we're going to take these guys and move them to here. And should be fine. There's going to be a fight here because for whatever reason, Kilwa's going to put their troops there instead of in a normal place. I do not know where the other people are right now. Oh, that's not great. I don't want to be fighting a huge battle over here. Especially not because they actually have Carracks. Do we want to just pull out of here? Yeah, I think we do. We're just going to do this because we want to get out of that. And we can... We need 46 war scores worth of enthusiasm. I think that's very feasible. Oh, they have 20,000 troops right now? No, okay, that's the Waylata army. I didn't realize the Waylata army was here too. So what that means is that I can just send these guys up to here. This army's going to consolidate. And we can... just chill. I'm just going to have these guys hang out here for now, and then we should be in good shape. Right, so these guys are going to repair a bit. Are they going to repair a bit? I don't think they need to, actually. We're just going to move them out here, because the enemy fleet is not going to attack into us. Oh, I guess they will because we're about to take this. So we're not going to take this. We're going to move on. Not give them the freebie there. And this will give us a ton of war score when we just pop over here. It gives me 7% war score, which is, I mean, maybe not a ton. It's a bit of war score. So this 13,000 troop army here is just going to try to come to me. And they're now at low enthusiasm, and we can return all the cores. So we're going to do this. Shoop. And how are we doing? We can take a look at Kilwa. And Kilwa now has, I believe, all of their cores back. That's not true. They have one core that we have not returned to them. But outside of that, they have all their cores. Kilwa is going to require periodic, pleasantries to keep them under control. Once we get the writer, we should be in good shape. And how are we in terms of Zanzibar? We have not taken all of Zanzibar yet. So that is important. We're going to want to continue to get this stuff dealt with. And let's see. I don't want that at all. Oh, this is a serious problem. So this is going to give Bengal 15% liberty desire and reduce their opinion of us at the same time. We have 200 from returned provinces. I think we should be okay here. We just need to do this. And then, oh, we have pay off debt as an option. We can just pay off. Okay. We're fine. I forgot pay off debt was a thing. Kilwa doesn't have a debt to pay off, but, and this is important, Bengal does. So if I just accumulate money, I can pay off the Bengal debt, and that will basically keep me protected against Bengal problems forever. Okay, that's good. I forgot paying off debt was a thing that I could do. So you guys are going to go repair. And Bengal is sitting on a debt of 201. So I need to pay 201 to get them back in good shape. We can go ahead and do this. It's probably a complete waste of time. Okay, we've got everything set to trade nodes in these two areas. How about Zanzibar? Yes, Zanzibar's done as well. So we're going to basically be conquering, or not conquering, we're going to be annexing Kilwa when we can. For now, we're sitting on a negative amount of Diplo power per turn, per month rather. And that might not seem like a great thing, but it's actually best for us for there to be a negative income there, because we don't want to cap out on Diplo power. I guess it would be kind of useful for us to be able to take this and then be able to get a bunch of Diplotech immediately afterward. I think that our next idea is going to be influence. Influence gives us 15% reduction to their problematic nature. And at that point, we can get a fifth vassal going. Right now, we aren't even considering taking a fifth vassal because it's just they're just too troublesome right now. They're causing problems for us. So Bengal should be able nice, protected their provinces modifier there. This is interesting. We can pay their entire debt of 201, so apparently the numbers are disagreeing in a way that the 201 is the number that is actually wrong. So... $289 coming out per month. Oh, right. We have the ability to... When do we have this? We have 5 years on this. We have 5 years on this as well. Okay, we no longer have a claim on Sofala, but that's fine because that's one of our vassals things. Kilwa is... Kilwa has a debt now. Nice. So we're paying off Kilwa's debt, and that should stabilize us for the foreseeable future. Kilwa, I guess Kilwa is going to use the fact that I paid off their debt to build a shit ton of troops, but that's fine. That's all fine. We can now build province improvements, but we're not going to. We're going to go pay off Bengal's debt first. They only have a debt of 155 now, so they have paid off a portion of their debt. And we should be okay here. We've got 13 income right now, which is not too shabby. And we need to be... do we want to be fabricating on Vijayanagara? They're allied with Cochin, and they are not going to be... this is at negative 7%. So I think... Do I want to move these guys at all? I think I'm going to leave these guys here. It's fine. I don't think fighting Vijayanagara I actually need to worry too much. Right now they're pretty weak. I have the higher quality army, but more importantly... Actually, I think I just do this. Yes. I have the higher quality army, and they have 17,000 troops. Importantly, 17,000 troops is less troops than my vassals have around here, so we're going to take Genji, and it'll be fine. The peasants have no cannons, and we're starting the declaration, because it is a good idea to. We're going to put you in charge, and what's going to happen here is we're basically going to... You know what I'm actually going to do? I have a lot of money. I'm just going to build 3 of these. It's fine. This is a peasant army. I don't anticipate having too many casualties here. Oh. So this is interesting. This gives 2 base production in Luanda. Where is Luanda? Luanda is currently producing tropical wood. So no, we don't need to do that, because I don't want more slave provinces in the game. I'd much rather have the tropical wood provinces than slave provinces. So if it was already producing slaves, which the fact that it says it will now produce slaves implies that it is not, but that could just be a sort of holdover just in case, so to speak. But yeah, so no, if that's not producing slaves already, I'm not going to make it start. Let's see. Okay, so we gained 20 of that, and we got 7 points with them. We just won this siege. It sounded like something dropped, but don't see what dropped. And now, what do I have my people set to? I'm actually going to set everyone to just be siege. I think everyone can comfortably siege right now, so we're just going to let them siege. I'm not going to siege anything myself, I don't think. I'm just going to back up their sieges with my army. So if any of the... oh, my ports are blockaded. That's unacceptable. There's no fleet. My fleet. We're not going to bring the army over, but we are going to bring the fleet over. Excuse me. So Golconda is 83% done. When that finishes, Bengal is going to slow to practically a complete stop. We're going to pop over to Arcot and take out this army first, because we can. And they actually have more troops than us. And they have a rank 9 military now. So we're going to pull over here for now. It looks like Golconda has taken a risky position here. And that could be troublesome for us, because this army could dive in on Golconda, and they could do so successfully. Okay, so we're going to pop over here. These guys are now going to go to Salem, which is hills. Let's see if we can arrive first. We can. So we're going to arrive first if we dive here. So we're just going to pop into Salem, and we're going to try to basically just encourage our enemies to not even bother trying to fight us. If that makes any sense? So I don't know why they're diving here. They have a troop advantage in the immediate term, but these guys are not in position to actually help. So, whereas I have armies that are right on their boundary, ready to jump in. So I lost basically nothing there, I think. Like, yeah, 63 troops, because all my troops were doing was flanking. So we're just going to sit here in this province. We're actually not. We're going to move these guys out. And once these guys are out, we can take this with these guys. These guys will take the province. And then we can... Oh, hello. That is a rebel army. Bengal, do you want to help, maybe? I'm going to set Bengal to aggressive. There we go. So Bengal's now going to help. And that will be good, because we need them to be helping in order to prevent that siege from being lost. Holy shit. That is a lot of freaking money. Okay, then. We have 3 cannons. We're going to send all 3 of them over here. We're going to send all 3 of them right over here. And we have now got all sorts of troops. Okay, so you guys are just going to chill. My explorers are ready. I'm not going to actually send my explorer out yet. I think what we're going to do... Actually, they have 3 Carracks here. So, if I just keep chilling like this, it will cause problems for me eventually. So, I need to take complete control of this trade node. I haven't been as aggressive as I need to be in securing control of that. My finances aren't as good as they could be if I had more solid control down here. I only have 22% control here. So we only have 39% control in our primary province as well, so that's not optimal. And once we get complete control over the Bengal trade node, which is going to take quite a while. We've got these guys eating up some of our trade. And we cannot fabricate claims on Jaunpur. So Garjat is fabricating on them, but I don't want to give any territory to Garjat because Garjat is one of the nations that causes problems. So Garjat is not expanding any more than it already has, which means that I need to focus on places that I have claims. And I think that means that we're going to be expanding through the Bamanis and trying to get to the west coast where we can start our dalliance with places like Sind and stuff like that. Let's see. Nope. God damn it. God damn it. I don't know what these guys are doing now, but they just canceled the siege. I need to make sure that I put one troop in charge of all these places. I have mercs that I inherited from somebody. Interesting. And why am I sending these guys instead of the actual cannons? Sending the cannons makes a lot more sense. Oops, I thought I was pausing and I was actually unpausing. Oh well. I guess we don't need to keep these infantry here. Let's move them out. So Bengal's just going to be super aggro, and everything is going to be all A-OK. We only have 2 provinces that we're planning on taking from these guys, so we don't even need too much here. Just won the siege, and that is probably sufficient to get everything that we need. We have 2 claims, and there we go. Do we want to have them transfer trade power? Yes, we're going to have them transfer trade power as well. That'll give us a huge amount of extra money. Huge is a relative term. Okay, what we're going to do here, because we can, is we're just going to move these guys over here. That's probably going to scare them off of their sieges, and once we scare them off of their sieges, and we're not going to scare them off their sieges because Bengal is just going to fucking attack them. So, that's interesting. They are not going to reinforce the army that was sieging. Now they are. Okay, they are attacking Bengal here. Get wrecked? Bengal's just going to win outright? Okay, well, fine. I guess we'll send our troops in to pretend that they're helping. Get wrecked. So they just lost a pretty sizable fight there. I'm shocked that their war enthusiasm is... There we go. Their war enthusiasm has now ticked too low. So we can go ahead and have them give me some money as well, because that's easy enough to do, and we can have them revoke all their cores, I guess. Do I actually just want to get a nice 100% war score victory where I revoke all their cores like this? Because that seems like it's going to work really great for me, actually. Okay, let's do that. So we have to get 95%. Or rather, we have to get somewhere approaching 95%. Getting that much war score is very easy. There's only one enemy that we're dealing with, so... With only one enemy, you really do have a pretty easy time of this. So we are going to send 1 infantry with our 2 siege leader to go say hello over here. These guys are just going to pop over here, and this siege is almost done, and we need to put this guy in charge over here because we're about to fight their fleet. And their fleet actually is a little bit of a concern. We're going to send these guys over here first. I mean, not first. We're probably not going to arrive in time, but... Alright, looks like we will arrive in time. I don't think it's going to take a month to get there. So, this will give us a nice little boost to our war score once we've taken this. This should, I think, end it as soon as this ticks. We might be able to piece them out before the naval battle. We cannot. The naval battle should do it. And if it doesn't, then okay. We'll just have to keep on going. I don't anticipate that it's going to take much longer than this, though. So we took out all their barks, and we can go ahead and send you guys to go protect trade in... Do I want you to go to Bengal or Coromandel? Let's go to Bengal. Stick to the Bengal stuff. You guys are remarkably resilient. Integration is a slow subject process, so we've now got the Golconda army completely under our control. We are sitting on 33% with these guys, so I think we're safe with our vassals for now, and we are ready to continue onward. First, 30th of September. No. Different army, I think. Nope, it is this army. Yes! We got them out in time. Get them out of the hostile territory before we have to deal with any attrition. So we're up to 86% war score now. And they are still completely unwilling to do what I want. Do I want to wipe their fleet some more? Let's pop you guys in here, I guess. Oh shit. I don't have enough troops up here. Okay, it doesn't look like they're going to cause problems for us. Are we ready to peace out? Nope. Still so enthusiastic about this, huh? Okay then. I mean, it's not like I'm not even shooting for a huge amount of war score over what I currently have. It's pretty close to 100% war score. Okay, so I guess I can take some money from them if I want. But doing so will give me some more thinger that I don't really want or need. We can remove their core on some of these if we want. We don't need to, though. Okay, so I think we're set. It will take 81 to core all of this massive territory that we are taking. We have completed this mission. We get 100 Diplo power and plus 15% to trade efficiency. We can do this. This gives us 20% ship trade power, 20% trade steering, as well as 2 base pet tax in a variety of locations. Let's go ahead and click this button now. And there we go. So our army here is going to pop over to Tanjore. And in 2 years, we can pick up the next rank of Diplotech. Until then, we should probably start annexing Kilwa. Do I want to start annexing Kilwa now? This will cost 990 total. I don't think so, actually. I have... I think... Yeah, we're fine. We're not going to core anything new yet. We have religious sects available. And let's take a look here. We have Kote, we have Cochin. Cochin doesn't have any allies. We're just going to... Honestly, I might as well just vassalize these guys. They're not meaningfully problematic. Like, I don't really have a lot of reason to annex them. I have plenty of available stuff. So, but yeah, I am going to be alliance offer from Cochin. Okay. So we'll be able to just get this province for free. There's no problem with vassalizing them. They're already willing to do it. So there we go. So we have Orissi particularists in 2 provinces. And we have Wharf next year. Once we get the Wharf, that will get us a nice little boost. It's going to take a while before we can tick up printing press. So it looks like colonial Eastern America has been founded by New Portugal, and that's fine. Colonial Eastern America is... What the hell is going on with this? This is so strange. This is the strangest game I have ever seen. There's no colonialization going on. Like, what is everybody up to? Britain is doing its thing. Castile exists. It's the target of a coalition by the entire world. They are currently in a war against the entire world. So maybe they've just been too busy fighting in Europe to actually be able to afford colonies? Huh. Hey, Dodom. Yeah, I like Orissa. It's an interesting start. I feel like they have a lot of interesting ideas, or a lot of interesting, what you call it? They have interesting missions at the start, and they have an interesting start location for this area. And I really like the Indian starts. I find India the most interesting start location, honestly. So we lost the Conquest Customs against Kilwa. Oh no. Let's see. Do we want to annex you? Yes, we are going to want to annex you next. So, we are about to reach the point where we are going to be declaring on people for our own claims. And let's see. Fine. Let's pray. Because you know how... Oh, shit. Well, they colonized 1 or 2 provinces in Africa first, to be sure, but it's 1530. It's been 100 years. Like, they have nothing. 1 second, somebody's knocking at my door. Okay, there we go. So, let's see, what were we talking about? Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with Castile and Portugal. They're just being super inactive. Because they're not active in Africa, really. They've only taken a couple of provinces. So... it's a really interesting region. Like, it's a very densely populated region. There's a lot of trade stuff to do. There's a lot of capacity to do very wildly different things because India is kind of like the middle of the old world, both in the literal and sort of like figurative sense, right? They have physical access to everyone, but they also have been directly involved in all the trade between the West and the East forever, right? So they're a really interesting region to play as. The Manis have set me as a rival. That means they're a valid rival. Perfect. That means I can go wipe them out and take a bunch of their shit. I like this a lot. Alright, so that means I'm not going to humiliate rival on them. I think that would be kind of silly. We have the Orissi particularists causing problems. I can't do... Oh, Kudalor is a different province. So, let's see. Where is Kudalor? I was thinking Kudalor was my capital, but I'm thinking that's Kutuk. Boop. So autonomy was... Oh, that's why. Because I increased the autonomy here. How many of them are there? 19,000. That's a pretty sizable chunk. Well, the advantage of colonizing South Africa fast is that if you completely take control of this region, you basically get the ability to eliminate completely the European influence in Asia for the entire game. So you can cut the Europeans off from ever showing up. And in addition, because of the fact that you're controlling all the trade down here, as the game gets into the sort of the mid to late game, Europe starts to really progress in power because of the fact that all the trade from the whole world starts integrating into these three channels, right? So these three nodes in particular, Venice to a degree, but not very much. These three nodes start taking the trade from the entire world and propagating it to Europe. If you take complete control of this node in particular, the Cape of Good Hope, then trade from Coromandel can be completely locked in Coromandel, right? Kilwa is my vassal. They're not going to buy any provinces from Kilwa. I have locked down this entire region. Zanzibar I'm in the process of annexing them, aren't I? No, I didn't start annexing them yet. I'll start annexing them when I finish up the next thing. So, yeah, obviously, if you're colonizing this whole stretch and then leaving Zanzibar open would be... No, that's not terribly useful. But no, what we're doing here is we are basically just taking complete control over this whole region. Unfortunately, I didn't notice this, but we have the Zambezi region here, which is a problem. Which, weirdly enough, this state, is this state part of a thing, or why are these states in different... This state is in two different trade regions. That is very strange. Okay, I don't think I've ever seen that before. But anyway, yeah, so if you take control of this whole area, then you can lock all the trade in India into India, and you don't have to worry about it. The issue is that as people start building trade companies in Africa, it starts stealing trade away from India. And there's nothing you can do about it other than go to war with a European. But if you go in early, you can just prevent the Europeans from showing up in the first place, and you just lock all of the trade where you want it to be. So do I want to start building these? Not yet. I still have a lot of trade issues to deal with, so I think I'm going to start upgrading these. And let's see how big an impact that has. It's not too shabby. Let's see. We're sitting on 20 income. How are we doing on states? I don't think we're going to be running into a problem. We're smaller than we were as Vijayanagar at this point. We only have 9 states and 12 territories. The territories are still... yeah, I'm still Hindu. I don't generally change religion because I kind of consider, to a degree, I feel like changing your religion is in many ways kind of like... It's like admitting defeat. To a degree, and so I don't tend to switch my religion because it's, I don't know, I like if I'm going to be playing as Orissa, I want to play as Orissa. I don't want to do like weird alternate history stuff with my nation's internals. I want to do the weird alternate history stuff with the world by taking this, you know, nation that does not end up becoming a power player and getting it to be a power player and doing weird stuff. And I think that India is, to a large degree, in the best position to do weird alternate history where, like, the Europeans just become largely irrelevant. Especially this game in particular, like, it might not look like it too much because I haven't started expanding into here at all yet. But the second that I start expanding over into this area, speaking of which, I'll be able to get a lot of good stuff done. So, I can only do this once every 30 years, so I still have 20 years left. Okay. So, the Orissi particularists are a little troublesome. There's not really a ton I can do about that. So, South Carnatic. I'm pretty sure South Carnatic is the other place that I reduced the autonomy on. Or, wait, no, that's the whole region. Yeah, in my previous game, the Ottomans had... they had like one province that they got over here. I don't think they colonized. I think they won it in a war. But the Ottomans generally, because they're also fundamentally European, it's very difficult for them to actually get to you if they don't get so huge that they're on this side of the coast. They don't actually have the ability to colonize to you either because they don't have access to Southern Africa. It takes a huge amount of time before you can get from like Western Africa all the way to like here, to like the Cocos Islands, because once you've taken control of all these provinces here, there's nowhere to colonize, right? And I don't think the Ottomans take expansion ideas, so they don't get the free casus belli on people over here in Africa. They have to take expansion for that. You only get a claim on colonial nation regions with the other thing. So I think, okay, so we've got this done, and that means that we have the ability to pick up influence ideas. The question is, serious talk here. Do we actually want influence next? I think we do. This diplomatic annexation cost reduction is too big to ignore. And we are going to be using a lot of vassals, so it should be good. Yeah, typically the Ottomans will end up with territory over here. It's just that if you prevent them from getting the ability to, then they won't, right? It's just a matter of locking down their colonial range. just like with the Europeans. And again, if they do get stuff over here, that does give them the capacity to potentially get over here eventually, because then it's not nearly as far. But they're still only going to be expanding like into Southeast Asia, which is not that important. Let's see, Imarina. Yes, they are, and I have a truce with them for 2 more years. Yeah, basically, I was in a war with Imarina and Mutapa, and getting a full annexation of Imarina was simply not worth the amount of energy it was going to take to siege all of Mutapa. So I just took all but one of their provinces and let the truce do the rest. So this is Pretender Rebels, and it's definitely going to lose to those. And we can start working on the next trade host thing. We've now got 47% of the trade power here, which isn't terrible. We need to take control of the Vijayanagar stuff. We need Kot and Kandy under control. We have a lot of peeps to take under control. And we can actually ignore you, can't we? We don't need anything else from Sofala. So once this is over, which it already basically is, we can just pop over here and take the one province that we need, and then we're not going to bother taking these provinces because we don't want those provinces anyway. Actually, they're all part of the same state, aren't they? No, they aren't. Okay. Ooh, 3 innovativeness. That's a lot of ducats. Okay. I have so much inflation. Oh my god. I've got to have almost 10% at this point. I have over 10% inflation. Oh my god. The inflation needs to be dealt with. And why do I not have... Let's see. Oh, I can demand Diplo support. Boom. Alright, so Influence Ideas 1. We're going to give our yearly prestige boost. And that also means that we can do military, so sup. Are we going to give the Rajputs anything else? I did not actually core all this stuff, or state this stuff rather. And we can set this as a state if we want. We only have 5 stuff here right now. On the plus side, most of these were already states. So, is any of this stuff particularly good for the Rajputs? We could give this to the Rajputs. So, I need their influence to be 40% to be able to give them the stuff that I want. So this province I can give to the Rajputs. It is not easy to get these people ticked up to 40%. You need to give so much territory to these people to actually give them any meaningful impact. It's not great for those for this. I generally like to give these kinds of estates provinces that have more manpower versus the other stuff, but generally speaking, there aren't a lot of provinces with a lot of manpower. Let's see. Take generally speaking, in the areas over here, I don't tend to bother like vassalizing anybody. I'm planning on finishing up here, and then I'm just going to go full on war conquest over here once I start getting my colonial nations under my belt. Once I have five colonies here, I'm going to just annex everything in the region because it just goes immediately to my colonial nation. You know, once I get 5 colonies over here, just annex Mexico, basically. I feel like that works reasonably effectively. I don't like to vassalize people over there because then I actually have to pay for it. Because vassals are not going to automatically be integrated. I could send some troops over there looking for more inflation. That's not a bad idea, actually. Let's see. Who do I want to send? I don't actually know how many troops I need to send to do that. I've never actually seen those troops have to fight anyone. So I guess I could do that now. Oh wait, was I planning on attacking you? Yeah, I don't have a. Ooh, were you allied with? Everybody in the world. Let's see. If I wanted to take control of all of these provinces, I'm going to have a lot of work ahead of me, actually. So I think we are going to actually fabricate claims here. So, with that being the case, I think we will go ahead and actually take that suggestion and send some people over. I don't generally think about it, but it makes a degree of sense. Where do I want to send them? I guess I'll send them over in the west here. Really? I've never actually seen them find anything. Like, I have never found anything in all the time that I have actually sent people exploring. Admittedly, I never send them exploring for very long because they're not really a dedicated, like, exploration force. But it is kind of amusing. So we are going to have you guys get in the boats. Just send half of this army. Sent me cannons today. I did. Okay. Get these guys out of here. Split this in half. These guys get in the boats. I only need 2,000 troops? Okay, let's just do that then. Okay. There's no native uprising chance for me because of my policies, so I guess we'll just go to the tip of South America and drop the troops off. Do I want to go to the tip of South? You know, screw it. We are literally just going to send this army into Brazil, and they're going to explore for as long as their commander lives, and we'll see what he finds. Oh no, colonial enthusiasm expired. Boo. I love colonial enthusiasm so much. It's so great. Let's see. And I guess we have now the entire Cape. So we can do this, and there we go. We can afford trade company investments. Yay. So, the Castilians are still doing nothing. Are they fighting this war over here? Yep, they are getting their butts kicked. So, it looks like, oh my god, look at Britain! Britain is taking control of parts of Brittany. Interesting. Europe has been a very active continent this game. Huh. Well, whatever. Let's see. You guys are separatists for Venad. Alright, so Conquistador. Pretty good at Conquistador for that matter. But it doesn't matter. His skills don't matter because I'm never going to be removing him from this army. He will just be exploring. Alright, how are we doing on vassals? Liberty Desire is not perfect, but not anything to write home about. We currently are not in a huge rush. We do kind of want to get Textile Factory so that we can get that bonus, but it's not a huge deal right this second. We have 15,000 manpower in reserve. Do we want to declare on the Bamanis and by extension Cotton Candy? No, because we need to get this army, this fleet back first. And the army back. We're going to get both of them back. And let's see. You guys... Do I have an explorer? I don't have an explorer. Do I need an explorer? Not right now, no. So we're going to actually put the... We don't have an admiral anymore. Okay then. That's fine. What could possibly go wrong? We don't need an admiral for our fleet. So, Madre is the only nation that has a claim here, so... Interestingly enough, I don't know that Vigianagata will actually be able to get their troops over to here. Depends on how good their relations are with people. Oh, right, Cochin. How's it going? You want to be a vassal? You want to be a vassal, right? Don't offer them vassalization yet? I don't think I actually want to give them vassalization yet. We don't need to do that. You guys are going to protect trade. Are we going to do that? No, I think I'm going to leave these guys here because I'm going to bring them into the other army. Alright, so we are losing 2 to annexation of Bengal. That's fine. It gives us a little bit of progress there and isn't going to be expending a huge amount of our income on it. Might as well have a better low. Now then, how are we doing over here? We got a lot of stuff going here. Where's my fleet at? Oh yeah, my fleet hadn't arrived yet, yes. So the fleet's going here, and then from here, we're going to bring the fleet over with this army to say hello. Do we want a royal marriage with Cochin? I guess we probably should. We already have one. It's fine. What next? So I guess I need to start fabricating on Vigianagad. I don't actually have claims on their provinces, and we're going to get a truce out with them soon. So we're going to be fabricating on you. We'll get a fabrication on one of Melindi's provinces, probably just Mombasa. This is one of the trade centers. And let's see. Sofala, we can declare war on later. And you are truce with us until sometime in this year. I can just declare on them, and Kilwa will do that war for me. I don't have to be involved. So, we have a fleet. We do not have it upgraded yet, so this is going to be a reasonably weak fleet. But the Bamanis, I don't think, have a huge fleet to begin with, and this is part of the Bamani's fleet. They have another part of their fleet. They have 6 carracks. That's not what I was anticipating. That is a much larger fleet than I was hoping they would have. So, So it looks like the Bamanis are now attacking Vigianagad, which is fine, because that means that they're just going to be getting themselves involved in a bunch of business that is not great for them. So, I cannot be bothered to keep track of all this crap. Truce with Mutapa has ended, and this army is going to just pop up north. My truce with Imarina has ended. Now, the Bamanis have a sizable fleet here. It is 15 warships. This fleet has not actually repaired after any of these wars. So here's a question. Do I want to fix my ships up? Because right now I have my carracks are out of date. And heavy ships are not the kind of ships that you want to be out of date. Like, what's the damn point of having old carracks, right? So I think I'm going to upgrade this. My friends are exclusively my minions. If you do not obey me, then I do not count you as a friend. So, those who obey are my friends. Those who defy me shall die. So I don't have any reason to declare for another 10 months, because I set this. And I'm talking. Well, yeah, exactly. I keep the same rules in game and out of game. I have. Let's see. Kilwa, Bengal, Garjat, and Cochin. I guess technically I'm allied with Cochin. They're not my vassal yet, but I mean that's not remotely a permanent state of affairs. So they're going to be my vassal, and I think that they know it, I know it, everyone knows what's up with this relationship and how this is going to play out. So this fleet is going to go over here, and unfortunately the Bahmanis have a really nice general here. I don't really like that, but oh well. So Matchlock Musket is something we'll be getting eventually. How many troops do the Bahmanis have now? Bahmanis have 24,000 total troops. They have 7,000 cannons, which is not too shabby. Hey, look at us! We're doing work! We're doing the thing! Influential trading power, family. I think I'm going to take this person. Because a rank 2 at half price seems like the right price point for me. So I'm not going to get them immediately, but when this person dies, that's when I'm going to be jumping in on that. So we're sitting on 38%. Stop making me go into debt. I don't want to be in debt. So I want to upgrade the rest of my ships. I think I do. I'm going to upgrade all of this because that will eventually get me back up to snuff. I don't think I'm too close to getting a new flute. 13, 15, yeah. So we're really far away from doing any of that because we're not even going to be upgrading our stuff for a while. As for you, land maintenance modifier minus 10% seems like the perfect thing for now. And do we want to swap back from this to Diplo? I think probably. Yep, we should swap back because we're doing influence ideas. Okay, send the hunter out again. Or lose some prestige. No, lose some prestige. Okay, so we have a bunch of highly weakened ships here. Yeah, they found the explorer who got lost. I mean, that event was a purely negative event. It was my explorer got lost. He got lost in the jungle, and we didn't bother looking for him. And he caught up with us eventually, probably, hopefully, theoretically. Sad times. So, this is interesting. Vijayanagara is tiny now. Let's see. Garjat wants to become a march. I don't think I want them to become a march. So the new trade thing here. Are we making enough money that we want to do this? I think we are. So we are going to recall you. We are going to send you here. And we are officially done taking control of the provinces that need to be colonized here. Once we've got this, I mean, we've got control of this. You can't send a colonist when somebody's already got one on the way. So once we have this done, we can start expanding. I think we're going to get Brazil done next. Once we've got Brazil done, we're just going to start moving around all the places. So claim on their fort. Why not? And let's see. So what's next? We're just waiting on these ships to finish repairing. Oh, that's already done. So since these ships are now repaired, we can look at the Bomani's fleet. The Bomanis have a total of 18 ships. Now, obviously, they also have an ally. They have 2 allies, in fact, who also have their own navies. But my thinking is that the AI is really trash when it comes to handling navies. So do we want to send you guys here? And do we want to give a leader to you? And then we can basically just move through here. Do we have a claim on you? We do. Yes, we have 1 claim on Candy. Candy is allied to the Bomanis and Coat. We only took the 1 claim down here, looks like. Cochin has a claim over here. So, technically speaking, I could just vassalize Cochin right this second. Declare war on Candy for for their claim. Set Coat as co-belligerent and the Bomanis as co-belligerent. And this will be a perfectly fine setup. So do I want to do that? I think we might. Okay, so I think that's what we're going to do, actually. We're going to declare for Cochin. Let's confirm quick. Kilwa has more of a thing than we'd like, but we have plenty of prestige to play with. So I think we are, in fact, going to just send the vassalization offer to these guys. And we are going to stop building a spy network in Vigianaga. We want to get at least 1 more claim on these guys soon. And then we can say sup. So Cochin now has... Who do you have claims on? You have claims on everyone, right? You don't have a claim on this province, unfortunately. Their independence is guaranteed. Oh, they're allied with them. The Maldives exist again. What? Hello? You haven't existed since the very beginning of the game when you got annexed by Vigianaga. It's so nice. It's so good for you. Okay, so these guys are attachable. We're going to... Hey, who's above? Kilwa. Imagine that. Acting like... And we are going to declare on Candy. Ooh, Candy has a rank 11 military. Holy crap. That's a little scary. It's only a little scary, though. Do we want to get a leader? I think we should recruit an explorer. And then we have you going over here. You're going to be attachable, and we are going to check that everybody's actually set up correctly. Siege. Cochin should be attach. And Bengal, is aggressive the right choice for Bengal? I'm sure it'll be fine. How many troops do the Bomanis have now? They have, this is navies. Bomanis have 24,000 troops. So this army on its own should be able to handle the Bomanis army. And in a war where you are declaring for your vassals' claims, you can also take your own claims without any problem. So we're going to move our troops over here, and because we're going to be diving this army here, I think. They have no thinger. Yes. Okay, I think the goal right now is to get these guys out of the fight as quickly as possible. So I should have swapped these 2 armies, in all honesty, but that's fine. You are someone that people can attach to. We are declaring not on the Bomanis. We're declaring on Candy. We're setting these two as co-belligerent. Yarhoo, let's get it done. Okay, so this army's popping over to Vani, and there's no things preventing me from popping straight over to you, it looks like. Unfortunately, you're going to Candy. You're locked into Candy. Are these guys locked in? They're going somewhere else. And we are not going to be able to get there in time. So we pop over here, and these guys are now together. And what do we want to do about this? We have the coat thing here. We have a claim on coat. We can take that claim if we want as part of the overall war. And we may or may not do that. We'll see. Okay, they have a three tick general here, 3-star general, and we're just gonna move these guys over here. I set these guys as detachable, and that was a mistake. I'm not gonna set these guys as detachable at all. I want these guys to come down to help me over here. They have 15,000 troops here. We are in the jungle. This is not an optimal position for us, actually. They have a good enough military to cause problems. So this 3-star general over here is diving straight toward Bengal. And that's all good. And since they have all of their troops accounted for, that means that we can just start carpet sieging everything. Start. These guys are going to stay here. And we're going to see, do I want to leave this army? I'm going to leave this army over here, actually. We're not going to dive into this stuff. So these guys are now moving somewhere. They're going to try to go attack this army, I think. These guys are heading to Salatava. And it looks like these guys are going to attack here. This is jungle. So we can wait for them to lock in, and then we can take advantage of their arrogance. Let's see. Ooh, Garjat, Liberty Desire. We don't need them. That's some extra prestige. And they are now locked in. So we're just going to dive here. We should be okay, I think, question mark. We do have the weaker military tech, but we do outnumber them by a pretty considerable margin, and they are on the offensive. This is closer than I would have liked, but it's okay. These guys are actually retreating back to this province that I'm already in, and we just wiped their army, and now we're going to wipe this army. Okay, so Coat and Candy are both out of the war. This army is going to no longer be attachable, and we're just going to have them attach here. And you guys, oops, that's... Oh, this is the capital. I'm an idiot. Okay. So what we're going to do is send out 2 guys to here. Send out 2 over here. This was actually a closer call than it needed to be. I should have played that a little better. And a little bit of unrest reduction is always useful, and I wasn't paying enough attention, and you guys are going to die. Oh, never mind, you're not going to die. Ha ha! Successful escape! So we're going to move these guys up here, and we should be able to protect our sieges now. That's funny. I'm like, we're going to die! Oh, never mind, we're fine. Those guys must have just barely started, so... This is Grasslands. You have a rank 10 military, so you're the same rank as I am. And let's see here. Do we want to keep these guys on? These guys? No. We're going to leave one of you here. And we're going to send these guys up. I just realized that I actually do not have enough for this, so there we go. So we do not have to worry about the fight because there's no fight to be had anymore. We have successfully locked. I don't know if this was built in just now. Okay, good. Doesn't matter. This whole area is now fully carpet sieged. There's no more production happening here. And these guys are moving 24,000 troops around. So hopefully they do not decide to attack my army here. I don't want them to. I want to just be sitting on this stuff and having it go my way. Okay, so we're taking out this fleet very quickly. And we did not capture any of the ships, but that's okay. And we are going to move. Oh, we won the Siege of Candy as well. Okay, perfect. So, question. Do we want to peace out Coat? Do I want to just white peace you? I can only take one province from them in this war. And I could be just taking the provinces from someone else instead. I think it's fine. Let me do this. And we're going to move you in here. No, we're not going to do it yet. It only takes one day. You are chilling here. We are going to have you protect trade. Do we want to do that yet? I don't think so. We're going to upgrade you guys first. So we've now got all of our fleet updated, and we're probably going to wait until we get the rest of our troops up before we do anything up here. They're currently fighting over territory that isn't super critical, and we have a tiny force over here doing a lot of work. We only have 0.7 troops just chilling here doing this. So this is the entire Coat army. So once we consolidate this together, we can wipe these guys, and we can move our army up here to deal with whatever situation we have. Right now, what I think is going to happen is I think we are going to just let our vassals siege down all these provinces while we come back and deal with the Bamani's army, because the Bamanis now have a substantially smaller army than we do. Before, we were on reasonably even footing, but we're no longer on even footing. We now have way more power than they do, because they were unable to do anything here to keep up with us. Let's see, I'll just power or ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is bliss. Okay, Cochin. And Cochin doesn't have any other claims on these provinces, do they? Like, you don't have anything over here. Yeah. I don't know how they would have, but you might as well check. And let's see. Oh, this province I can give to Cochin as well. Alright, so Coat is willing to give us a peace offer, and we don't want to peace out quite yet. Okay. So these guys are not sieging anything, and since they're not sieging anything, I don't really need to get involved. I don't want to go over there and fight into something that is going to cause problems for me. We currently have 3 colonists. We are going to recall this colonist and send them over to where? We've gotten all of this done now, yes? Confirmed. Let's take a look at the colonial map. The yellow is the stuff that we're currently doing. Green is stuff that we can do. So yes, all of the coast is now colonized. So we're going to just look at this map so that we can send colonists to all of the trade hubs here. We want to take control of those trade hubs so that the trade in Brazil is staying in Brazil. We don't want it coming out of there. And it looks like we now have a opportunity to go in. So this army doesn't even have a leader, and they're on grassland, so we won't have a penalty or a bonus against them. Just won the Siege of Kote, and that means that we can wipe out this fleet. Potentially, I don't actually know that we'll be able to wipe it out, but we're going to go ahead and set... Who is this? This is Cochin. Cochin's set to do whatever they want right now. I think I'm going to set them to supportive and have them hopefully tag onto this. And then we can go siege this down, I guess? Question mark, maybe? I don't know. Alright, so that army's moving around over there. This army. Pop over here. We just stole one of their ships. And now we can pop in port. We'll get there on the 30th. And be able to repair our fleet. Yeah, give me that easy, easy tick. And it looks like they are actually heading to here with their fleet. So we're going to send our fleet in as well. They have 10 ships. None of them are Carracks. We actually lost, presumably, the ship that we stole from their ally, because that's the only ship that I can think of as being one that would obviously be heavily injured. And unfortunately, oh, whoops, I wasn't paying enough attention. These guys have all wandered off now. We're going to put this army. We need to take out these Andran separatists, actually. Do we have enough? No, we do not. So, that's fine. A little bit of peril here, actually. Let's get the hell out of here. Yikes. And we now are at 42% war score. These guys do not actually have enough troops because of a disease outbreak. So we're going to send these guys up here. You guys are going to pop over here. You did not! Seriously, don't... No! What are you doing? Oh my god, I hate the AI so much. Do not cancel your frickin' siege, you damn morons. Oh my god. Oh, god, I hate the AI. Okay. That was so much bullshit. This is why you never leave a vassal with no accompanying army. Because what will happen is that they will reset the entire frickin' siege and make your life miserable. This is grassland, so this is actually the optimal location for us to be fighting their army if we're going to be fighting in terrain that's not directly favorable to us. We actually lost our general, apparently, so 2-2 sounds legit. Are we going to dive this? I do not actually see any reason to dive this. How are we doing on war score against the Lamanis themselves? 14%. We have 43% war score right now. We are going to be taking this, this, and this. That is a 49% war score victory. It gives us 31 aggressive expansion, and it requires 43 to core. I think that's a perfectly good thing to do right now. I don't really see a lot of reason to fight their army over a relatively small amount of war score, right? I've already done half the war, and I might as well just end it here. Okay, let's do this. Boop. So, we have the ability to get our next idea. Liberty desired in subjects, minus 15%. We are never going to have to worry about liberty desire ever again. We have completed the Conquer Telangana mission. I didn't even realize that this was going to be a thing. Get 100 admin power from that. Yahoo! We can get textile manufactory soon. And you guys are just going to chill. You guys are going to chill. And what are we looking at here? We can start coring these provinces. And now we have claims throughout, like, all of the Bamani territory, basically. Oh, no. So, do we now have... It looks to me like we have all of the claim generating things over here. This does not give us a claim. 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 This does. So we need to finish conquering Arakan here. Looks like they got conquered by Ava. And they have a huge alliance chain. So we need to take these two provinces to finish that mission chain. That will give us some claims down here. And that will be good. So we have Andran Separatists for the Bamanis. Hopefully the Bamanis deal with them themselves so that I don't have to deal with them. And yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and end things here for the day. This is, I think, a good place to end it. We've started expanding again. We're now in sort of another boom cycle, right, where we're actually going to be expanding outward as opposed to just sort of puttering around. Kilwa has 11,000 troops, and they are refusing to deal with their actual rebels, and it's very funny, actually. The Pretender rebels can't accomplish their objective until things are going. But in terms of the Cape of Good Hope, we have control of all of the provincial trade power in the node. There is other trade power that could exist in the node, but it's all up here. This is impossible to reach if you don't have access to the coast. No one else can take those provinces, so I have no reason to colonize in there further. The goal of taking over all of this is to secure all the provincial trade power here, because if you take all the provincial trade power here, there's no way for someone to get access to pulling trade to the Cape of Good Hope, so we're all set there. Let's see here. So we're basically going to be starting to consolidate power in Coromandel. We are going to get a vassal over here somewhere, and have that vassal do the things that we want them to do. I'm not sure how we're going to get a vassal over here. It's going to take a little bit of work, but it'll be fine. We might get it via just conquering our way north, actually. So there might be a nation here that will make a decent vassal that we can expand through, but we'll just have to see as time passes. We've got Zanzibar mostly under our control. Kilwa is a huge component here, but we also need one more claim on Malindi to be able to take control of every single center of trade in Zanzibar. We won't have quite full control of Zanzibar, but we'll have pretty close once we get that. Actually, yes, Kilwa has this as well. So once we have integrated Kilwa, we will be able to just sort of eat any trade that goes to Zanzibar will be ours. We don't have the ability to send trade to Zanzibar, unfortunately. So we're going to need to take control of Gujarat so that we can start sending it forward. But anyway, that is going to be it for today, so thank you everyone for watching. It has been an absolute pleasure to stream for you today. This seems to be going pretty well. This is actually going in some ways better than our previous run went. In other ways, it's not going quite as well as our previous run went. It's kind of a mixed bag, but it's all good. So, later folks.